Always a fun time of year for me, Pete, because I just love the Big E. I always look forward to September. I always think of two things.
Tomorrow's going to be a busy day for me.
Yeah, I know, because we have the big, tomorrow's Westfield Day. So we'll be marching with the Westfield 350 and in the big Westfield parade and stuff. But I always love the Big E. My wife and I went on opening day, and it was packed. I was actually surprised.
I went last Saturday, and it was nuts.
Oh, yeah, they had record attendance. Mm-hmm. But the other thing that I always look forward to was Pumpkin Fest, and we're going to be talking about that shortly. But behind the big board is Pete Coles, our WSKB show producer and engineer, and the only person...
Look, let's photobomb their selfie.
Oh, yeah.
Photobomb their selfie.
All right.
They don't even know.
That's fun. We always do.
They'll see it later.
All the show producers, they don't even know we're doing it. They'll see us in the background. But anyway, Pete's the only person other than my wife that I let push my buttons, because he's always pushing the buttons on the big board. And by the way, Lucille Mason, who's our guest, brought in treats. So,
ooh, thank you.
So there's some munchkins for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But it is Wednesday, September 26th. The time is 8:07 in the morning. Weather is very foggy and drizzly right now. It's about 61 degrees. We're going to be getting up around 78 today, but it's going to be very, very humid.
Yes.
So it's going to kind of feel like that summer tropic weather that we've had all summer. But we're going to be back to seasonal temperatures as of tomorrow. And going forward through the weekend, I think it's supposed to be nice and really in the 60s and stuff. In the studio with me today, and I'm really excited about this show, is Lucille Nason, who's the chair of the Westfield on Weekends Pumpkin Fest, and we're going to be spending time talking to her about that. And we'll also spend a little time talking about the Lantern Light Parade and the workshop that she puts together. A very, very creative woman, very talented when it comes to just art, painting, crafts, ideas. One of the most creative people I have really come across in my time in Westfield. And with us is Faith Young, who is a surprise guest. I did not know about her when we were first putting the show together, and Lucille contacted me and said, hey, I have a wonderful young lady that I'd like to bring with me. And I said, of course, we would love to have her. Faith is a junior at Westfield Technical Academy, and she's in the aviation program, and she's actually going to be taking college courses here during her senior year in high school next year, which goes to show what a great young lady and how smart she is. And already, let's see, where were you already? You already know where you're going to school. Where was that?
Purdue.
To Purdue. Boy, I love it. So we're excited to learn a little bit more about you. But to get ourselves started here this morning, I always love just kind of getting to know our guests and let our listeners kind of get a better sense of just who we have in the studio as a person. So, Lucille Nason, how excited am I to have you in the studio today? I was really thrilled when I was looking and thinking about who should I have in September, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, we got Pumpkin Fest coming up. I know the exact person I want to have.
Well,
so I am thrilled to have you. I know that we have one other listener sitting high in his little castle in a quarry somewhere in the outer reaches of Westfield listening as well. So we'll put a quick shout out to Danny Nason, and we'll maybe mention him a little bit later.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah, right. Oh, isn't that nice? But Lucille, just to get ourselves started, where'd you grow up, and where'd you come from, and what brought you to Westfield? And
where I came from, I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
No. I was actually, my parents lived in Westfield when I was born.
Okay.
Then we moved to St. Louis. My dad's family was in St. Louis.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I'm sorry, we came back when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And moved back to Westfield. And my parents, worked here in Westfield, lived here, and I fell in love with Westfield all over again.
Wow.
I love the people. Love the people. So, that's pretty much it. Went back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a gypsy. I've lived a lot of places.
Right.
But always came home to Westfield.
Always come home to Westfield.
Always come home.
I have a little saying that I use. Some people have heard me say this, but I always say I spell Westfield Home. Home.
I like that, Harry.
That's how I spell it. And I've said that ever since I was the director of the YMCA. I moved here with my wife Ann back in 1991, and we thought we were just going to be here for a few years and doing the career track, and I was moving up the YMCA ranks, and my next step was to go to a larger city and a larger Y, and we really fell in love with the community. We fell in love with the people, the values. I love the lifestyle, I love being out in Western Mass, and here we are 27 years later, and we're going to stay here until the last day of our lives come.
Yeah.
This is our home. Our friends are here. And so it is all about home, HOME.
It is, and the people of Westfield are so unique, and I don't think I've found this feeling anywhere else, wherever I've gone. They've just an eclectic blend of these amazing people that live here that just
Right.
go and do extraordinary things.
Right.
So how can you leave a place like this?
Right.
And
How about-
watching Westfield come back to life.
Oh, gosh, the Renaissance has been amazing.
I was walking yesterday over by our Chamber of Commerce and behind the building and over by the park and like that. The craftsmanship and the workmanship
Mhm.
that these guys have done for our city and changed. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
We have $1 million view when we cross that bridge every day.
Oh, I love what the whole downtown
Yes.
has turned into.
It's
been amazing. And sitting with us to the left of Lucille is Faith Young.
Yes.
Faith, we are excited to have you in the studio, and give us a little bit about
Her face seems familiar. She's been on before.
She
You been on the
has.
superintendent show or the?
I have not.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Are you a freshman?
I am a junior.
You haven't been on with either one, either on Joe's show or the superintendent show, Tiger Talk?
Nope.
I've seen you with your shop. I know I have.
Probably.
But I'm there more often now than I used to be, so
Most likely.
yeah.
Pete, tell her quickly what you're doing at the Technical Academy.
When it all gets done, I'll be starting a TV and radio program over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably for next year.
And you're
I heard
creating a
about that,
studio
yeah.
now, right?
Yes. Hopefully, if we can move the pallet out of the way, we'll be doing shows there tomorrow. I mean, I'll set up my remote gear,
Oh,
but we'll
really?
be doing the Westfield News Show and the Superintendent Spotlight and Tiger
Wow.
Talk.
And where does that happen in the school? Where?
We've been doing them in Tiger's Pride on the stage.
Oh, on Tiger's Pride. Okay.
How
but
cool
we'd
is that?
move next door to the studio, try that space out.
So the studio is next to Tiger's Pride?
Yep, it's
Oh.
part of the graphic art shop. They carved out a niche of space for us in there.
Yes, I have seen that. I've seen the construction going on down
Yep.
there.
Wow. And so, Faith, you were born here. You've grown up here.
Yeah, I've lived in Westfield my whole life.
Wow.
Two different spots, but still basically the same concept. I mean, and I've been part of the community here since I was probably about 5 years old.
Wow. What do you like about Westfield the best?
I love the sense of community that I
Okay.
get from here, and how there's not just one niche. I mean, it reaches out to everybody, and everybody can find a spot or something they enjoy. And I love our downtown.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, to me, I kind of compare it to like a mini Northampton, I guess. I mean, I know we're not as big as Northampton, but it seems like it's the same, where you can just walk down the street and get a bite to eat and grab a gift for a friend all in the same day. And to me, you don't have that everywhere.
Could you please tell everybody else in town that? Please?
It's strange to me that people don't know that, though.
Yeah.
I know. I see it because I see very few empty storefronts in downtown right now.
Yes.
Very, very few. I mean, there's for a while there was some there for a while, but now it's like back to almost full capacity again. It's hard to find. It's hard to find a storefront in downtown right
It
now.
is.
Mhm.
And what I love about it is, like, I'll be at Blended Vintage Marketplace, for example, and Faith will just walk in with her friends, and we say hello and we hug, and it's just like everybody that comes in almost we know.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I was at Rosewood yesterday buying a beer mug that I wanted.
Okay.
Before they sold out of them.
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I mean, it's just so nice to be able to be in these stores and just see people you know, and it's like that's what gives you that sense of
Yeah.
community. And
Right.
it's wonderful.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is your field of study at the Technical Academy?
I'm in the aviation program.
And what drew you to aviation?
Well, in 8th or 7th grade, I did the Wright Flight program through South Middle School, and that was kind of my first exposure to aviation. and I got to fly a plane at 12 years old. I mean, not many people
Wow.
can say they have that experience.
Wow.
And I just loved every minute of it, but it didn't really occur to me that I could make a career out of it until I came to the tech and went through our freshman exploratory period, and I just fell in love with the shop and everything that they offer, and I was just sold from that one day. And
Did you realize how much work you were getting into?
I didn't
I asked
realize
this
how much.
when everybody comes on the shows when they're doing exploratories. Do you know how much work, especially for aviation, because there's not only school requirements, but there's federal requirements.
Yes.
You have to meet a number of hours to get your certification, whether
Yes.
you're a teenager or a 20-something or a college grad. It's all the same for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's an extreme amount of work. I won't lie and say that's not, but it's doable to me and the other people that are in my shop, and it kind of pays off in its own way because, I mean, you're getting what would normally be a college education for free.
Yep.
And you're doing it.
Some people actually stay back. There's 2 students that are graduating this year out of that program
Yes.
that volunteered to stay back a year in high school. Now, that's unheard of.
Really?
And there was no guarantee they would get aviation to begin with.
Yes.
Wow.
And they're
Through our
actually graduating
series.
this year, so there was no guarantee that they would get in the program.
Yeah.
And they volunteered to stay back a year in high school.
That's
Wow.
huge.
That's really.
Yeah, it's
that's
giant.
saying something. Wow.
These kids are amazing.
Yeah.
I can't say enough, and that's why I can't thank you enough, Harry, because to me, Pumpkin Fest, any community activities like this involves the young people, and we don't realize what they have to offer us sometimes. And like I was telling you a little story
Right,
out there
right.
last year with Pumpkin Fest, she was in charge of our pumpkin patch, and hundreds of people charged her.
Oh, I know. I saw
You
it.
saw.
I saw it. I was over in the green going, oh, they're getting swamped over there.
Yeah,
Yes.
she handled it like a pro. I mean, she just was like, all right, I'm in it. I'm here. I got this. And you were 15 years old.
Yeah.
I
that's
mean, that
amazing.
blows you away.
I'm not sure I could have done that at 15, but.
Me either.
Well, it is 8:18 in the morning, and you are listening to Rock on Westfield with your host, Harry Rock. You're listening to 89.5 WSKB, and we're going to take a quick sponsor break, and I'm going to take you out with a song from Michael Jackson called Thriller.
It's only a movie.
It's not funny.
You were scared, weren't you?
I wasn't that scared.
Yeah, you were scared. problem.
Support for the community programming of
Come on, I'll take
WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Underwriting for community radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day, the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
And good morning, Westfield. You are listening to Rock On Westfield with your host, Harry Rock, WSKB 89.5. It is Wednesday, September 26th. The time is 8:23 in the morning. It's about 61 degrees outside. Very foggy, a lot of drizzle, but it's going to open up to dry out and get up in the upper 70s, high of 78 today with a threat of thunderstorms. So it's going to feel very humid, very summery, but tomorrow and going into the weekend, it's going to dry out. But excited to be in the studio this morning with my good friend Lucille Nason and a young lady that I have just met, Faith Young, who is a junior at Westfield Technical Academy in the aviation program. And we've just been talking a little bit about who they are, but we're going to get now into what Lucille's passion has been, which has been really Westfield on weekends and taking her sense of creativity and creating some amazing events. Many of the listeners out there, you may recall last year we had was that our first annual Pumpkin Fest? First one. And
yeah, it was a monster.
Oh my gosh. I
didn't know what I was getting into last year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're doing an AP span at the end of the day. I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't have enough equipment for that.
You did. Everybody did amazing.
Oh my God, no, I was there with our little Westfield 350 table, and I sat there in awe because it was like a 3-ring circus, and everywhere I looked, we had the pumpkin patch going on, and we had bales of hay and pumpkins are being carved and there's activities.
It was worth the price of admission to see Bob Plass in overalls. Saying.
That's right. He did. He was in overalls.
Yes, he was.
I recall. Yeah, he did definitely look
Farmer Bob.
He definitely looked like the farmer. It's funny. Yeah, that's which is about as far a departure as you can get with his life.
We stood on the green, Danny and I said to him, we either have to move this is going to be a great event, but we have two choices, because you don't know when you put on a first-year event how well it's going to be received.
Right. We had wonderful weather last year too, which was really helpful.
And it looks like we'll have the same thing.
But everybody, everybody did such a great job too, because we didn't expect the numbers, and everybody just owned it. They owned it.
I have to say that as I looked at the numbers, because obviously we're getting ready for our first night on December 31st of this year, so everybody come down to the Amelia Park Complex. But everyone's been saying to me, "Well, how many do you think we're going to have?" I said, I don't know how many we're going to have. The only thing I have to judge it on is what Lucille Nason's been doing with her Pumpkin Fest. I said, if we get the kind of turnout she's getting, we're going to be
and remember, the only first night celebration around here has been Northampton.
Yeah. Right, yeah, we've never had one. And ours is very family-centric. It's not like Northampton's. Ours is very children-oriented.
You should do.
So, but anyway, I am curious, before we kind of get into the Pumpkin Fest in detail, a little bit about Westfield on Weekends, because that's the sponsoring organization. So
it is.
What can you tell us about that organization? How long have you been in it, and how'd you get involved?
I've been with them. This is the second year, and they asked me to be on the board, so I'm a board member.
Oh, great.
It's an absolutely wonderful organization. Been around 15 years. 2003, I believe it was. They do, and I think they were the start of people getting really involved with Westfield, doing things and creative things. And so Bob was the reason. Bob is I.
Oh, Bob Plass,
Bob
we're talking
Plass.
about, who is the
Yeah.
icon of Westfield when it comes to
Yeah.
Westfield on weekends.
I had I did pumpkins carvings for like 40 years in my garage, and I said to Danny, "What if we do this, downtown?" And Bob was like, "Let's try it," and I like that, and so that's how it happened. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Okay, we just had fun putting it together, and more people just came forward and said, "Hey, we want to be a part of this."
Right.
Because we
Right.
have so much fun. Westfield on weekends is a very progressive. They've got a lot of good things in the works for 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It's a privilege to be working with them.
Yeah, cool. Faith, are you involved with Westfield on weekends directly?
Not so much as Lucille. I'm not, on a board or anything. Kind
Right.
of too young, but I've kind of been, hand in hand with you the entire time.
Absolutely.
So how did you get involved with the Pumpkin Fest? You were part of this last year. Did you know Lucille? Or?
I did know Lucille. We've known each other for what, 7 years
almost
now?
10 now.
10 is it? I don't know.
Go with 6.
Yeah, let's go with
Yeah,
6.
go with 6.
Time goes on too fast.
And originally, I was involved a very long time ago. I don't know if anyone remembers the winter solstice that WOW used to put on.
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
I was in Girl Scouts at the time, and we were, Jack Frost's flurries. So that was like my first exposure to Westfield on weekends.
Mhm.
And I had gone to Lucille's house for, like she said, she does pumpkin carvings in her garage. And we were kind of like the inner circle, the first people to know. She was like, I'm going to try this. And we were like, well, we're behind you, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of got, involved in the lantern workshop, and we kind of made that our own now, too.
Yeah, we did. You guys did it.
Oh, so you've been involved with that as well?
Oh,
Yes.
God, yeah.
So you'll be part of that this year.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So why do you like volunteering? You're not getting paid to do this. You're just doing this out of the kindness
Along with
of
all
your
the other
heart.
stuff you have going on at
Right.
school and
Yes.
whatnot.
Right.
I don't know. I just enjoy it. I enjoy creating things for the community, and I enjoy seeing other people enjoy the community. And it feels good to me to say, well, I was part of this event that drew thousands of people to downtown Westfield and gave some restaurants the best days they've ever had, and
Mm-hmm.
exposed this whole new crowd to something they've never seen before. And that is just a really big sense of enjoyment for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting.
Mhm.
Lucille, you're very creative, and so you get these ideas. I'm a fervent follower of Lucille Nason on Facebook and seeing all the different creations and paintings and stuff that you do. Where does your creativity come from?
I think it comes from the journey of life. I think it comes from having the privilege of being in the presence of people greater than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very honored throughout my life to be exposed to amazing artists.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be around people that are better than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where it probably comes from. I call my creations Lady Crow because I see sparkly things and I pick up.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's just, so a little of this, a little of that.
Were you always creative as a child?
Yes, I was.
It was always your thing.
Well, yeah, it was wonderful for me, not so much for my parents.
Oh, nice. Why is that?
Well, when you have a creative child, I did have a creative child myself, and it's challenging to keep them occupied,
Mm-hmm.
to keep them engaged,
Oh, okay.
to keep them happy
Right.
and in a good direction. Like Faith, I mean, she's incredibly talented. This girl can take anything and make it. And she needs that stimulation constantly, or you lose kids.
Right. It's funny. I don't call myself creative. I never gravitated to the arts or anything. I was very athletic, and I love that side of my life. My brother, I'm the oldest of 6. He's the youngest. We're the bookends in our family, but he's very creative. He has his own studio, great painter, sells a lot of art, paint, drawings. He does lessons. He's an art teacher in a middle school, but he's making his living as an artist. I just look at what he's doing, and I'm always in awe of everything that he does, which is amazing. But you're creative yourself, Faith. It's you love creating things, and
I'd like to think so.
yeah, it just comes natural to you, just comes out.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I've kind of had a mentorship in, accessing my more creative sides, but definitely I can, look at something and envision this is going to look like this, or I can,
Wow.
Take something and make something out of it.
Right. I'm a programmer. That's how I think. I'm always thinking about programs. So that's where I try to be creative and thinking about what is it that we can create experiences for people that are fun and exciting. But I don't have the ability to put that into pen and ink or into paint or anything of that nature. But the time is 8:31. Actually, we are just hitting on the top of the minute. 8:32. We're going to take a quick sponsorship break. You are listening to WSKB 89.5 with Rock On Westfield with your host, Harry Rock. And we are going to take you out with a song by Michael Myers called Halloween.
No, it's his theme song.
It's his theme song, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll take you out.
He'll take us out with his
Yeah.
theme song, right?
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
And welcome back, Westfield. You are listening to Rock On Westfield with your host, Harry Rock, WSKB 89.5 FM. It is 8:26 in the morning. And
I'm lucky I don't have long hair, because when Harry gets going with that, my hair would blow back.
I'm just watching.
Pete loves my show.
I do.
Yeah.
He does. I know it. And I love Pete because he is the best sound engineer, sound guy, board guy. I mean, Pete is the glue that really holds WSKB together. If it wasn't for Pete, and I woo the day that he ever decides to move on, because we're going to be in trouble. But if you think WSKB, you have to think Pete Coles, that's for sure. But in the studio with me today is Lucille Nason, who is the co-chair of the Westfield on Weekends Pumpkin Fest, along with her other co-chair, Bob Plass, who is not in the studio with us, but I think most everybody in Westfield knows who he is.
He doesn't get up this early 2 mornings in a row. So.
Yeah, that's
No,
right. He was
no.
just on yesterday.
This is his recoup day.
Yeah, Tuesday mornings. And she's also the co-chair of the Lantern Light Parade and Workshop, along with Bob as well. But Lucille, and also with me is Faith Young, who is one of our volunteers who will be part of the Pumpkin Fest, and we're really excited to have Faith in the studio. Junior at Westfield Technical Academy in the aviation program. But Lucille, let's talk about Pumpkin Fest. What date? When is it? When's it coming up?
October 13th.
Ooh,
It is.
that's 2 weeks.
Oh, her mother reminded me last night. I'm like, oh, God, give me another couple of days. She goes, okay, I'll give you a half a week.
Yeah, half a week.
I said, thanks.
Right.
October 13th, Saturday, 12 to 6.
12 to 6 on Saturday.
12 to 6.
Okay.
We have amazing things happening. Absolutely. We've got, I want to thank Westfield Gas and Electric, for example. And we've got so many sponsors that have come forward to us.
It's funny. I was just there yesterday talking to them about Westfield. I mean, our Westfield 350, and he was mentioning that they're a sponsor for you. So
Yes,
they've
are.
really stepped up. They're doing a lot of stuff.
A great
Right.
company, absolutely. And I think that we're going to make all our sponsors proud. We have,
Oh, I have no doubt about that.
we have a lot of people joining us now, like Artworks. Bill Westerland, Cheryl Crow, Donna Carmel, that team there
Right.
has joined us for Elm Street.
Oh,
We've
cool.
got.
So let's talk about the location. Where is it?
Well,
Where isn't it?
Yeah, right. Oh, where isn't it? That might be a better.
Pretty big
She's
now.
really blowing this thing out. I said, what? She's taking over the whole city here.
Well, we've got Julie Levitt from the Dewey House. So you can't do anything this size alone, as you know, Harry.
Right.
You need friends, you need people.
Right.
And it's not about one or two people. It's
Right.
about the city of Westfield coming forward and helping.
Right.
And so we've got all of Elm Street shut down. That is going to be our stress-free zone for the children and the adults. We're going to have a car show that Julie's putting on.
Wait a minute. All of Elm Street?
The entire Elm Street.
Going
right
down
to
to-
Franklin.
Really?
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 Yeah.
Oh my
That's what
word.
I'm saying. That's why I said what I said.
Oh,
Where
my
isn't
word.
it? gonna be?
I didn't realize you were going all the way down there.
Go big or go home, Harry.
Oh my God! Why am I in charge of the Westfield 350? Lucille Nason, you're our new chairperson. I'm
No,
putting you in charge
thank
of that.
you. No,
Oh my
thank you.
God!
You're doing a great
I
job.
can't keep up with you. You're taking over Elm Street.
The entire Elm Street.
Unbelievable. And also Court Street, right?
Well,
Or part of Court
well,
Street?
We're going to have the Methodist Church on the lawn. We'll have a craft show there. We have Bay State Dental, which will be hosting our pumpkin patch, which Faith is in charge of,
Okay.
with the Circle K here at the university and the Kiwanis. We have the entire green. We have the fire department joining us. We have all of Elm Street joining us. We have the farmers market joining us at the other end.
So farmers market's
And
going
the
on that
Athenaeum.
day.
Yeah.
They're going on.
Yeah, they book it.
in front of the Episcopal, the Church of the Atonement.
They put one extra day on for us because they had such a good year last year.
And they're 12 to 6.
Yes,
So
12
follow-
to 6.
Yeah, perfect hours.
And then the Athenaeum will also be a part of it.
So Court Street itself will be open to cars.
That will be open. The
but
only thing,
people have to be careful crossing.
and then we have the auxiliary police
Oh, okay.
and our police department for that.
Okay.
And we're in touch. We are actually going to go meet with them again and give them all the ins and outs of where our vendors are coming from, because we have a huge car show Julie's bringing in and vendors. So the entire street will be from School Street to Arnold Street. On the left side will be vendors, and then on the right side will be show cars. Past that, we'll reverse it, and she'll put show cars and vendors on the other side. So we're engaging the entire downtown.
You have that many vendors. Wow.
Julie has approximately 25 vendors. Artworks has 20. We have over, I think we have over. Oh,
My
I don't
research
know.
department's telling me that the community police are also doing child fingerprinting in their office that day.
Yes, Danny, I think went
Oh,
and
cool.
did that. Yeah, we
Oh,
have.
That's
okay.
my research department.
Your research
oh.
department. Who? You yourself and you?
No, Danny.
Danny.
Oh, Danny. Oh,
Mr.
oh
The guy-
Danny. Oh, I see. Oh, I
Yeah.
researched. Okay, yeah.
My
The guy
research
that's-
department.
The guy that's working
Yeah.
out the top of the castle up there, but he still finds time
Yes.
to funnel in
Yeah.
information. Hi,
Right.
Danny. We're glad to have you listening in.
I can't. Anywhere we go, people just hand us wonderful gifts and time and
Wow.
gifts. I can't say enough good about everyone.
I am amazed that you got all of Elm Street. That is such a big deal to shut that down.
The
that-
police department is an absolute joy to work with.
You're right.
Absolute joy.
That is-
Larry Valier, the chief, everybody.
Right. Yeah, they are. Yeah, we've
they
been
are.
working with them too with our plans.
And and the thing that, so in return, out of just absolute respect for these people, we try to give them as much information as we can so
Mhm.
everybody remains safe. But they've done an amazing job for us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a feel-good event. It's just feel-good.
Mm.
you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And Faith, tell us about the pumpkin patch. What are you doing?
Well, I am the coordinator, I guess you could say, for the pumpkin patch. Basically, I
In charge.
oversee the gutting of the pumpkins beforehand. In case that wasn't no knowledge, all the pumpkins
I
are
think
gonna
I
be
found
there
Bob
are
a pig farmer, by the way.
Yes,
That will take all that stuff.
that'd be great because we have a lot.
Yeah, I know. He was all concerned about that yesterday. I got to find a pig farmer to give all the pumpkin
Oh.
guts to, and I think I found
Oh,
one in
that's
Hadley.
true.
So
Yeah.
So how many pumpkins do you get?
Geesh, I mean, last year we had
6 crates.
6 crates of them.
This
with
year we'll
about,
have 8.
Yeah, we'll have 8 this year, which is around, I don't know, 700 pumpkins about maybe. A little more than that.
Yeah, probably around that between the sugar pumpkins and the other.
and I heard that was an issue this year because the local pumpkin crop, because of all the rain,
Yes.
Oh,
there was a lot of
right.
damage to the pumpkins.
Right.
Lori Viralis from the Good Table is like an angel. She allowed me to use her distributors, and we're getting them through Springfield Distributing in Springfield because we can't get pumpkins anywhere from any of the local farmers.
That's a Springfield Food Group or something like that.
It is,
SFG
and they're
or
going to
something?
be getting them out of Canada for us. That's the closest place we can go. It was that.
Bob
or
was looking for
Michigan.
somebody to drive a truck out to Michigan to pick them up.
Yes, we were considering driving to Michigan.
Really?
There
pick 'em
are
up,
no
yeah.
pumpkins, Harry. There are no pumpkins.
Well, there are pumpkins, but they're all damaged because of they got rotted on the bottom because of the
Yeah.
rain.
I know Kaczynski. I live by Kaczynski's Farms at their farm stand, and they've got a lot of pumpkins out there they've been selling. But I didn't know that.
They bought them. We stopped by Pignatier's yesterday,
really?
and they bought their pumpkins also.
Is that right?
Yeah, they lost them all. Calabrese is turning them under as we go. But we have one pumpkin
Wow.
that was not affected by this, which is Sebastian's pumpkin.
Right.
That's going to be at the end of Elm Street, which is amazing, which we went to go see personally on Saturday.
So tell us about Sebastian's
Great pumpkin.
great pumpkin, because I've watched that on Facebook with great interest as
Oh
that
my
thing is being built,
God,
and he is very creative.
Oh, there's when you're in the presence of somebody so creative that you just have no words.
Right.
He's used over 1,000 feet of rod to build this. It's just incredible.
How tall is it?
I'm going to go with
Probably about 7 feet, maybe.
more than that.
More than that,
because he was
yeah.
standing inside, probably about, I would say 7, maybe 8 feet.
Now, is he going to paint it? What's he
No.
going to do with it? It's just
Leave it
it'll
natural.
stay. Leave it natural.
We're going to put some natural decorations around it, and we're going to place it at the end of Elm Street. And he's also going to
which end?
near School Street.
Oh,
It'll
by
be
okay,
right at
got
the
it,
beginning.
got it.
So everyone coming in, driving around the green,
Oh, I
whatever,
see.
it will be a focal point. He's also bringing.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch it on
bicycles.
Facebook. Oh, I love
All
his
his
bicycles. Oh, I love his bicycles.
I told him put them wherever you want.
Right.
Just decorate Westfield with them.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
What are you going to do with it when you're done?
Well, I actually was at the DPW on Sackett Street yesterday, the water department, and I did put a request in. I'd like to see if we could put it on the stage until Thanksgiving and let Westfield enjoy it. and put some lighting on it, I think that would just be such
that
an
would be so
addition
cool.
to Westfield Green.
Yeah.
It's spectacular.
Yeah. That would be.
Spectacular. What a great gift for this event. And that's the type of things that people have just come forward and given.
Right. Yeah. Well, it is 8:46 in the morning, and it's time to take a quick sponsor break. You are listening to Rock On Westfield with your host, Harry Rock, a WSKB 89.5 FM. And we are going to take you out with It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I'm glad you came back, Sally. Let's just sit here in this pumpkin patch, and you'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes. If you try to hold my hand, I'll slug you. Each year, the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch that he thinks is the most sincere. He's got to pick this one. He's got to. I don't see how a pumpkin patch can be more sincere than this one. You can look all around and there's not a sign of hypocrisy. Nothing but sincerity as far as the eye can see. It's a great rising up out of the pumpkin patch. What happened? Did I faint? What did he leave us? Did he leave us any toys? I was robbed. I spent the whole night waiting for the great pumpkin when I could have been out for tricks or treats. Halloween is over and I've missed it. You blockhead! You kept me up all night waiting for the great pumpkin. And all that came was a beagle. I didn't get a chance to go out for tricks or treats. And it was all your fault. Also. What a fool I was. I could have had candy, apples, and gum, and cookies and money and all sorts of things. But no, I had to listen to you, you blockhead. What a fool I was. Trick or treats come only once a year, and I miss it by sitting in a pumpkin patch with a blockhead. You owe me restitution! You heard about Fury and a woman scorned, haven't you? Yes, I guess I have. Well, that's nothing compared to the fury of a woman who has been cheated out of tricks or treats. Hey, aren't you going to wait and greet the great pumpkin? Huh? It won't be long now. If the great pumpkin comes, I'll still put in a good word for you. Good grief, I said if. I meant when he comes. I'm doomed. One little slip like that can cause the great pumpkin to pass you by. Oh, great pumpkin, where are you?
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m. Go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
And welcome back, listeners. You are listening to Rock On Westfield with your host, Harry Rock, 89.5 FM, WSKB. In the studio with me this morning is Lucille Nason, who is the co-chair, along with Bob Plass, for the Westfield on Weekends Pumpkin Fest, and also with us is Faith Young, who I've really enjoyed getting to know, junior at Westfield Technical Academy in the aviation program, and a perfect example of what volunteerism is all about as she puts in her community hours. So we've been talking about Pumpkin Fest, which is going to be taking place on Saturday, October 13th from 12 to 6, taking over the entire core of the city, I think. We've got the Park Square Green, we've got all of Elm Street, we're going up Court Street, School Street. I said, how many streets are left and where are people going to go and put their cars? I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited because this is the second annual, and I was just absolutely impressed beyond measure last year when I saw what you did, and I said, oh my gosh, she has stepped it up again. And you don't go in little increments, you go in big increments. I'm really amazed. So for all of our families out there and anyone that really enjoys the fall season and Halloween, definitely put this on your calendar because it's going to be a must-visit, must-see event. But Lucille, where is there a cost to participate? Do people have to buy a ticket to come?
No, not at all. Actually, we give a lot of things away free. Westfield on Weekends is amazing to work with in that capacity. My sentiments are that in a town like this, especially hardworking families that maybe work 2 jobs, have 3, 4 kids, I want it to be a day where you just come and enjoy your family and each other, and I want people from the surrounding towns to come and enjoy our city and see it maybe in a different light.
So anyone out of town can come as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
and
not just Westfield residents.
Right, and this is where opportunity becomes in the forefront is I'm coming here, I'm walking down the street where I used to just drive through mindlessly, and I'm going to see the beauty of this city, and maybe we can get an opportunity that we wouldn't have before because somebody from another town. So we give away free pumpkins. All the pumpkins are free while supplies last.
Wow.
We have a lot of handouts for children, bracelets and little bags of candy and games and prizes for them. All the games are free. A lot of our community Boys and Girls Club and free activities for these kids. I just want you to come and enjoy our city.
So let's list some of the activities that families can expect to do with their kids when they show up.
One of the most popular was last year, I believe, from the Boys and Girls Club, where they fought with pool noodles.
Oh,
where they were
right.
they were doing that. We've got a lot of entertainment. Like Peter will be up on the stage, and we've got the Dancing Witches. We've got a lot of the school groups that are going to be participating. We have a juggler on stilts. We have a balloon twister. We have
I know
a
they're
ride.
still looking for buskers.
We
for
are.
that day.
Yes. Yeah, and I want, we were talking about that.
They reached out to me, but I said, I can't do it. I got to have my Westfield 350 table.
Yeah, you're going to have that. And just pop up and kind of sit down and play your guitar where you want. Tom Sawyer, unfortunately, I think has to be away that day. I'll miss him.
Right.
He was one of my memories last year, was that big smile on his face, playing the guitar in front of the gazebo.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah, I do remember him and Joe Carvalho, actually.
A lot of the businesses in downtown Westfield will be offering free events. We're having a scavenger hunt. We just met with the school department. We are doing pre-K through 2nd grade. Color your own pumpkin or draw your own pumpkin. We did 900 copies. They will be distributed throughout the entire downtown onto the green. And Blended Vintage Marketplace is a bronze sponsor. They will be giving each child a patch for finding their pumpkin. They've done 1,200 patches that she's giving away to these children.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
I was told to remind them, if you leave your pumpkin on display till 6 o'clock, you get a ticket, you get an entry to win a bicycle.
Yes, we have everybody that gets a free pumpkin. Walmart gave me 4 bicycles. A anonymous donor just walked up and said, "I love what you're doing. Here's 2 more bicycles." We have a total of 8 bicycles to give away this year. I am so excited.
So if you leave your you make your pumpkin, then you leave it on display, come back and pick it up when everything's done.
Yes.
And then you can bring it home, but you leave it on display. So there's judging too, isn't there?
Well, we're not going to do judging. Yeah, it just display. And what the kids do is we put a plastic pumpkin on the bike. Faith gives you a ticket, or her team does, when you get your pumpkin, and then you put your ticket into the pumpkin of the bike of your choice, and then we draw it at 6 o'clock.
I see. Right.
We also have a raffle that will be held in the gazebo. We've got potentially, like I have 6 Delaney House tickets from the Springfield Republican, that $50 a piece. How cool is that? We give chances, $5 for 20 chances. Very affordable. I have been told that John Simpson from Springfield is donating a one-of-a-kind print to us. I mean, just really neat things. Yeah, I mean...
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't look Harry in the eye too much.
So
We volunteered for the 350.
I can't wait for the puppy. I'm pulling you in. I'm pulling you in. So, Faith, tell me a little bit more about the pumpkin patch. So, what I've gotten out of this is that when parents show up, they're going to get a pumpkin for their family or for their kids.
Yep.
Each child gets a free pumpkin. So let's talk about that.
By the way, we need to thank Bay State Dental for the space.
Yes, thank you, Bay
That's a
State
big
Dental.
lawn that they give out to that space.
And that was really cool last year.
It was,
I remember
And I
that.
believe we're going to get a happy tooth out of there, too, passing out toothbrushes.
Oh, cool.
Rumor has it.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
They are amazing. That beautiful lawn they let us use, I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
But the pumpkins are already carved, or tell us what will parents find when they get there with the pumpkin? What has been done or not done with the pumpkin?
Well, the pumpkins are already gutted, so it kind of eliminates that, scare of a mess. So all you have to do is take it in to either decorate or carve. The carved ones are already gutted. The decorated ones aren't. And there's just going to be tools and different decorating supplies underneath the tent there, and you can go to your table for what you're doing and just have at it and create and have fun.
Now, do you help the kids carve, or are they totally on their own, or?
It's more like a parent thing, I guess.
Okay,
We
parents.
will have people under there, handling cleanup and giving directions, but I mean, it's really just about, coming and bonding with your kids.
Oh, that's great. And what do you have for tools to carve pumpkins?
We have, traditional carving knives. Are we still doing those little punches that you hit into the pumpkin?
No, we talked about that. No, I thought that was too crazy.
A little bit too crazy.
But what Faith does is we kind of mimic the Lantern Workshop, and we just lay all these decorating things in the middle of the table.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We just spend a lot of time cutting things out, and
Before the event.
And organizing them, and then the day of, we just sprinkle it across the table and replenish it as needed, and people
They
use
love
it, and it seems like an effective method, so we're gonna keep doing that.
And what do you find kids' reaction to carving their own pumpkin?
I think they think it's probably one of the best things they can do between now and Christmas. The amount of joy on people's faces and how happy they were with their creations last year astonished me. I mean, I would see even adults walk out with pumpkins, and they would be like, I haven't carved a pumpkin in years. Like,
Adults are carving pumpkins?
Yeah.
So anybody can carve a pumpkin.
Yeah.
We do, it's more towards children, but
Right.
anyone can.
Yeah. They help the kids out, usually
Right.
is what happens. But we had a few adults say, can we have a pumpkin? I'm like,
Yeah, why not?
they
While
just-
supplies last.
Now,
Well,
so
supplies
where do you
last.
put them on display?
We have what we call the pumpkin runway, which runs down the center of the Westfield Green, and they all get displayed there, and they're all lit at 6 o'clock. We all walk around and light the
they
candles in
are.
there.
So you put candles in them. Real candles?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And then they're on display, and people can come pick theirs up. And if not, then it's just donated, and we display
It goes,
them.
it goes to recycling
Yeah,
program.
we recycle them.
We recycle.
Oh, recycle, right? A local farm somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that is really, really exciting.
Actually, the DPW has said that they were going to bring us a dump truck, and we can put all the pumpkin guts in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they can transport them for us this year,
Oh,
which
very
is
nice.
wonderful.
Yes.
Right.
So, because we have a lot of guts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I can
Yeah,
imagine.
quite a few
The
trash
pumpkins,
cans.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of free activities. There's a lot of free entertainment. So basically, you can come with your family if you've got 8 kids, and you don't have to worry, other than maybe buying them. And even the people, the vending, we'll have a hot dog cart there. We'll have an ice cream cart there by 2 wonderful people that we know. Wow, I think is going to have a booth, but the restaurants. But I mean, you can buy like a water for $1. It's not.
So people can find food there
Yeah.
and buy it inexpensively for their families.
Yeah,
for
and the
kids and stuff.
restaurants. We're
All the
gonna-
restaurants will be open in the area anyway.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so you can go in, get that. It's not going to be like that $5 water that you get at a fair or something. I don't like to see that. We're not having a lot of food trucks. The reason behind that is I really want to see downtown flourish. I want that to be their good day.
So go out and
Yeah,
hit the,
go out
the
there.
local restaurants.
Subway doesn't matter. Go.
Yeah, there's a-
Tavern. Go.
right.
Go anywhere.
There's a number of restaurants right on Elm Street,
Yeah.
so people can definitely take advantage of that. How many volunteers do you have working on this entire thing? I mean, you must have an army as I listen to this.
I have an amazing support team. I'm very blessed. I'm very honored to be with these people. I ask them things that they go above and beyond. The numbers right now are still coming in, Harry. It's kind of hard to say, but my core team is probably about 17 people.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Good for you.
yeah, core team itself. And I think that Circle K said something, we put in a number like 50 volunteers coming
Right.
through and like that.
Mhm.
People just come out of the woodwork and go, can I do this with you?
Right.
Because we have fun. Susan Austin, who does the trivia night at Shaker Farms,
Yeah, that's coming up the 6th.
the 6th, October 6th, she was one of the people that's on my committee and my team with me and Bob. And she just came in last year and said, what do you need? Because all these people, as Peter can tell you. And I said, could you like give away bicycles? She's like, yeah. She was there all day.
Oh, my
and she
gosh.
goes, can I help you again this year?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our fun hour here with Lucille Nason and Faith Young, any parting words or thoughts to share with our listeners related to the Pumpkin Fest?
Thank you, Westfield, for the support last year. Looking forward to seeing everyone again this year. It's been a privilege. Can't say enough about the people of Westfield, and I think it's going to be an amazing day. And thank you for having us on, Harry.
Well,
It's been a pleasure. You and Peter, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So Saturday, October 13th from 12 to 6, Westfield, you want to get down to the green. Find a street that you can drive on because Lucille shut them all down with all her stuff going on. But I think you'll find plenty of places to park, and it'll be easy enough to get down, but it's going to be a fun day. It is part of the Renaissance of Westfield and just seeing all the different activities that we've got going on for families, and I'm really excited to be there. You'll find the Westfield 350 table there. I think we're going to be over by the Women's Club somewhere, but...
Take some time out during the day to go over to the women's club.
yes, oh yeah, we have the Haunted Westfield going on.
Yes.
So this will be the reveal. The Agawam Paranormal group has been investigating, I think, 4 or 5 different...
4 sites.
4 sites here in Westfield, and they will be doing the reveal. There will be a 1 o'clock show and a 8 o'clock show. The cost is $10 per person for that, and if you want to have the harvest dinner with the program, that's $35.
Harvest dinner's a good deal because they allow you to go into the
Right.
theater early.
Ooh.
Yes.
Get your seats.
That's correct. It's going to take place in the women's club, so that will be fun. And the tickets are available online at westfield350.org. Haunted Westfield or you can, I think, can they get them at the Athenaeum as well?
I believe so, yes.
I believe they can get them there.
Mhm.
And then we've also got the Beards and Brews fundraiser for the Westfield 350. That the Haunted Westfield Agawam Paranormal, that's a fundraiser for the Westfield 350. And then we've also got the Beards and Brews October 23rd. That's a Tuesday 5 to 9 at the
think I'm gonna
10
try to
Bridge Brewery.
Videotape that one. That should be fairly
Yeah, it's
interesting.
going to be fun. That's beard and mustache. So anybody that has a beard and a mustache and you're interested in get judged, it's going to be fun. That'll happen between 7 and 8. We'll have food trucks, food truck by Pepper Mill Catering. We've got Steve Nagel from Rock 102 is going to be our MC, and we'll have great beer. But that's going to be a lot of fun. And even if you don't have a beard, male or female, we have a freestyle. So then Pete is freshly shaven now. We miss his beard, but you can draw your own beard on your face and go from there. But Saturday, let's keep the attention focused on Pumpkin Fest, because this is a wonderful month as we come into October and thinking about the fall and all of the colors of the leaves turning. And, certainly our thoughts are with Halloween. But Saturday, October 13th, 12 to 6. I do want to thank Lucille Nason and Faith Young for being in the studio with me, and certainly always want to say thanks to Pete Coles, the man behind the board who helps push my buttons, take care of us. And certainly I want to thank the listening audience for tuning in to Rock On Westfield, because without you, this isn't much fun to do. And I know we've got a lot of people out there listening. We will have a YouTube podcast up. You can go to YouTube and look for WSKB Community Radio.
Correct. Favorite the channel because you can see all the shows.
Right. And you can find Rock On Westfield with today's date. It is Wednesday, September 26th. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the green for Pumpkin Fest. And we're going to take you out today with Bobby Pickett and Monster Mash.
Love it.
For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abode to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
In the shoot.
The party had just begun.
In the shoot.
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hound. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash.
It's caught on in a flash.
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Drac's a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them what it said.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash
The monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you
smash.
can mash.
You'll catch on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash. You in?
Monster mash. Monster mash.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14